In this section, we're going to review solving formulas for a specified variable. So you can watch and participate. A equals LW, the formula for area. They want us to solve for W. So here, to isolate the W, we're going to divide both sides by the coefficient, in a sense, of W, L. So W would equal A divided by L. Now, for this next one, which is for circumference of a circle, pi times diameter. To solve for diameter, again, the very same thing. We're going to divide both sides by the coefficient of the diameter, pi, and the pi's cancel out. Now in the next one, we're going to solve for area of a circle, which is pi r squared. And they want us to solve, well, let's see, there's something else there too, plus pi r s. So this is a sphere, perhaps. They want us to solve for this s. So we have to isolate the term that contains the s on one side. So we're going to take this term and transpose it. So it now becomes a minus, as we transpose this term to the other side, pi r squared equals pi r capital S. So we've isolated the term that contains the s. Now we're going to divide both sides by those factors that we don't want in this term, which is pi r, and then a big division line, pi r, on this side. So here the pi's cancel out, become a 1. This becomes a 1. So now we're left with s equals this. All right, we'll clear this, and then we'll do number 4. Now, number 4 is 4x minus 3y equals 12. And we want to solve for the letter y. Now, y is positive. So if I want y to be positive, I would transpose it to this side, where it becomes a positive y. Transfer the 12 to this side, where it becomes a negative 12, and the 4x remains. Now, we could divide everything by 3, or all of this by 3. We want to isolate the y, but I'm going to do it this way. Put the 3 under each term. And here the 3's cancel out. Now I'm going to put the y back over here. Just rewrite it, switching it around. Y is positive. And this becomes 4/3 x. And when I simplify this, I get minus 4. And the reason I'm writing it this way is this is something we'll be using in our next chapter, which is slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. So this is somewhat in standard form. Well, actually, it's in standard form. And if If you recall from a previous lesson, that was ax plus by equals c. Okay, so we solve for the letter y. Solving for the letter y, when it's in standard form, puts it in slope-intercept form, and that's something we'll be featuring in our next section. Going on to number 5 now. This is the formula for a trapezoid. They changed the letters a little bit, but this is one of the parallel lines, and this is the other parallel lines. Here they want us to solve it for the letter h. So again, to get rid of fractions, we're going to multiply each side by 2. And then here the 2's cancel out. And I'm going to just get rid of them. Now, to solve for the letter h, this one's a little easier, because now we just divide this in parentheses, b sub 1 plus b sub 2, both sides here, and this side, but you don't need the parentheses on this side. So here this cancels out, and we now have h equals 2a over b sub 1 plus b sub 2. All right, number 6. Now you want to solve for the letter n. Well, again, isolating the term that contains the n, we're going to transpose the positive 10 to the other side just by bringing it over and changing its sign. And now dividing by the numerical coefficient of the variable, 3.5. And here we can make a big line, division bar. Now, generally, when you write fractions, keep the fraction bars horizontal. That's a good technique. And here, of course, the 3.5's cancel out, and n equals that. All right, we're ready for our last one, which is a little more challenging, but it works the same way. Now here we're asked to find what c is, but c is in the denominator. Now we do this, and I'll change colors so we can see it a little bit better, by multiplying each term by the lowest common denominator to eliminate fractions. And our lowest common denominator here is a, b, c. So we have to multiply each term by a, b, c. Now here the a's cancel out. Here the b's cancel out. And here the c's cancel out. So now these are all just 1. And I rewrite it. I now have b, c for this term, plus a, c for this term, equals a, b. Now here is where we have to do a little manipulation. We want to, well, we have c in 2 terms. How do we get the c out of those terms? Well, we factor it out. So factor out the c. So we're left with b plus a. Now, I could have written this a plus b, the commutative principle, equals a, b. Now, to get the c by itself, which is the letter we're looking for, we're going to divide both sides by what's in this parenthesis, b plus a, and this side by b plus a. Now remember, I could write this a plus b as well. So here, this is a 1. Anything divided by itself is 1. So c now equals ab over b plus a, or you could have had a plus b. Have it go symmetrically here. Okay, well, we've kept this to just over 10 minutes and hopefully helpful.